Clark French is from Brighton, set up the United Patients Alliance, a group campaigning for better access to medical cannabis, and you use cannabis for your condition as well, multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, I consume cannabis for MS. It massively helps me every single day. I'm much like Carly, and I'm in a lot of pain, and when I consume cannabis, that pain is massively reduced, and my quality of life is increased because of it.
And is how do you get hold of yours?
I have to break the law, and I have to get hold of mine illegally. So I'm faced with a choice every single day. What do I do? Do I take my pain away, or do I and break the law, or do I follow the law? And it's not a choice that you want to be making when you're sick. Like, otherwise, I'm a law-abiding citizen. Like, I don't try and harm anyone. I'm not doing anything to hurt anybody other than myself. I'm trying to help myself to be better. And yeah, many people are in this exact same situation. Millions of people are in this exact same situation every day, where they face a choice. What do you do? Do I break the law? Do I consume cannabis and take that risk? Or do I sit here and suffer? And either way is a bad choice. And we really have a chance here to help a lot of people to have a better quality of life.
And so when the news came last year that basically we're going to be able to get cannabis on prescription for medical conditions, you think that's been a false dawn, do you?
I mean, I'm very happy that the government have seen that they need to change, and I'm very happy that there has been recognition that cannabis is medicine. So I wouldn't say that it's completely false, but it's just not quick enough. They haven't really taken the time to actually listen to the patient's needs, and the same in the NHS. It seems to be just stuck in the management stages. They're not really listening to the people on the ground that are actually genuinely in need right now. People are dying. Kids with epilepsy are having more seizures. Parents face watching their children die right now because the NHS is not moving quick enough.
Let's try and investigate why. Roy Lilly, health analyst, is with us. Roy, why is it so difficult to get cannabis on prescription even now you're allowed to?
Good morning. It's clunky, isn't it? The whole thing is really very clunky. As you know, the Home Secretary Sajid Javid changed the rules as a result of lobbying from a parent with a young child. It made national news. And as a result of that, he changed the rules. Now, he changed the rules very slightly because, first of all, none of these cannabinoid drugs have been approved by the MHRA. That's the outfit that approves drugs and licenses them to be prescribed generally. There is one drug that is licensed, that's all, but the others aren't. And it can only be prescribed by what's called a specialist consultant, a specialist doctor. Now, these are highly skilled doctors that are on the GMC register, the General Medical Council register, and can prescribe these medicines. There is still no proper guidance within the NHS. They're working on the guidance as how to do this. There are very limited conditions under which it can be prescribed. It's for particular conditions, mainly epilepsy and other. Sometimes after chemotherapy it can be prescribed as well. But the NHS, I think, was left really rather flat-footed by the unexpected change in the guidance by the Home Secretary. I mean, normally the Home Secretary doesn't have anything to do with drugs apart from illegal drugs. And so it came as a bit of a shock, I think, to the NHS. And the systems that the NHS have got to get drugs approved are very slow because they have to be, obviously, because there are side effects to all drugs. There are side effects to these drugs as well, the ones we're talking about this morning.
Do you think it's going to get opened up, though, Roy? Do you think it's going to get opened up to other conditions, like Clark's MS?
Yes, I think it will. The Royal College of Paediatricians and the Royal College of Physicians are trying to produce guidance. I mean, they're really trying to catch up with the decision. Normally, it's the other way around. The clinicians produce the guidance and then the announcement is made. But the announcement was made before this sort of bureaucratic infrastructure was put in place. The National Institute for Health and Clinical Excellence are also producing guidance as well. And at the moment, it's very few clinicians that will do it, and even then they will only do it after peer review. So it's absolutely right. It's taking a hell of a long time, mainly because, as I say, the NHS was not prepared for this change by the Home Secretary, and normally the change would come by the Department of Health. And so they're just having to go through some pretty clunky procedures to try and make it more widely available. It is available. Your GP can prescribe you to a specialist doctor, but the specialist doctors who are able to prescribe this are few and far between, and not every hospital has them.
Right. Okay. Clunky is the word then, Roy. Thanks a lot. And in the meantime, you carry on sourcing your cannabis from somewhere else.
Well, that's not exactly fair, is it? Why should patients have to still be criminalised for something that is actually being recognised as medicine? Why should I be fearful of my freedom for something that the government has recognised that is medicine? Yeah, it is clunky, but it's not good enough. We need immediate decriminalisation of patients and people that are consuming cannabis as medicine, because sick people, the last thing we need is to be looking over our shoulders worrying about the police when we're ill, we're sick. Every day is a battle, every day is a struggle. When you have a chronic condition, the last thing you need is to be criminalised. So yeah, it is clunky and it's not good enough. It needs to change. And the NHS, maybe, they're right. They weren't expecting it, but they should have been expecting it. The evidence is clear. The evidence is out there to prove that cannabis is medicine. We're falling way behind in this country, and the NHS needs to pull its act together and catch up.
Thanks very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
8:32.